This is my almost pristine Astor JJ. It's from around about 46 to 48, so it's probably made in 47 or something like that. It's serial number 11,003, and it is in absolutely beautiful condition. Does have a slight scratch there, but no one is complaining about that. I restored it quite a number of years ago, and it worked beautifully down in Melbourne where there was lots of strong signals, but up here it doesn't seem to be doing very much at all. So what I'll do today, because it's Easter and I said I wasn't going to work or do any radio stuff over the 4 days, is yeah, someone's just nodding at me, is have a look at it and see why it's so insensitive. If that interests you, stick around. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because we're slowly creeping up, but not as quickly as I would have hoped. Yeah, so let's get into it. This is the case I picked up at Castlemaine from Castlemaine. It was free. It was going to go to the tip. So yeah, I better get this back outside quickly before anything escapes. It's pretty disgusting in here. This is what they can look like. Just for comparison. This is the inside of the case, and you can see, if I get the angle right, the blanks down there. And on the other side, this fancy piece which comes out. So this is in very, very nice condition, this case, or this cabinet. And yeah, it's got a few rub marks on it, but that'll polish off easily. The only marks on it are this little area here. As you can see, it is in pristine condition. It really, really is nice, this case. Pity the radio inside it is a little bit... What I might do eventually is get a 5-valve chassis and put it in here. This radio doesn't have a power switch, and I'm confident it's not going to blow up, so I'm going to plug it straight in. It is working quite well, but the transformer is getting rather warm. A couple of years ago I replaced all the caps in it. So there's one there, couple there, one there, and the 4 electrolytics. So the first thing I'll do is, because it's not performing very well up here, it was performing okay down in Melbourne, and the stations were quite strong down there, but I was in Lower Plenty, and if you look back on some of the videos, I've actually filmed the transmitting towers, which were about 3 or 4 kilometres away by line of sight, although they were over the hill. So it could be a couple of things wrong with this. It could be the resistors. I remember them checking out fine at the time. They were all within spec, and I also had, I think I replaced 1 or 2 with new old stock ones, which I've since run out of. So let's see what we can do to improve the reception on this. So I'll try and tune in ABC Melbourne. So this is the racing station, and there's quite a bit of hum on it.
Racing in the bat was Bolt. A little slow to move was Apollo Get. Away fast was Barbara's Wish. Solace Orders, Nisky Latani. Punchin's also showing some speed. Centre field.
And it's quite distorted too.
The coast not far away. Buffets and Miami Star are wide. And then the grey folly.
So we'll go to the other end of the dial. So this is the This is the Melbourne station, and it should be quite strong. As you can see on this transistor radio.
Explicit for them, that couldn't screen anywhere outside of Australia. But yeah, it's such a shame that Velvet.
Yes. And there's quite a bit of interference here with all this equipment on, but it should be better than this, and there shouldn't be that hum there. So the first thing we'll do is we'll test the valves and see if they're okay. Now let's actually test the voltages first. Now these didn't come with a power switch, but this one has had a new volume control put in it. Not by me, I should add, but by the previous owner, who really looked after the case. Try and do this without electrocuting myself. So the mains coming in is mains coming in is 230 exactly, almost. So 228 on the rectifier, 252, which isn't too bad. Although I think it's supposed to be 260 or 65 or something like that. So it's quite low. Let's try up here. Not that one. So 3 volts on the dial on the 6.3. That's not good enough, is it? Why can't I record any voltage on this? 163 and 53. So as you can see, here's my cursor. There we go. So we should have 260 on the plate and 62 on the screen. Oh, yeah, 3.8. What do we say? 3.2 or something on the cathode. So, yeah, and those, 260 on the 5Y3, and what do we have, 250 or something like that. So we are quite a bit lower than what it should be. Right, so what I'll do is I'll test the 5Y3, maybe change it to get the voltages up a bit, because all of the resistors were good when I did it a couple of years ago, and of course all the capacitors are good in it. So this one was the one that's in it, or was in it. So we'll see how this one performs. So let it warm up a little bit. So that's okay, but it's not fantastic for 5Y3. Now we'll try the other one. Here we go. This is the other one, the new old stock one which I've got, or well, it's not new old stock, it's well and truly used, but it seems to be pretty good. So we'll put this one in. Well, that's a little bit better than it was before. So we'll try. Which one is it? 3.6. We've still got very low 6.3 filament voltage. I'm not sure why. Where is that one? Yes. So our voltages are very low. Not quite sure why either. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll rig up what I'll do is I'll test the other two valves of importance. So it doesn't really matter if the 6V6 is a bit weak, as we can actually hear it and it's putting out plenty of volume. So first I'll test this. I don't know whether you can see the writing on this, but it's a 6A8G. Obviously. So I'll set the tester up and we're back. So these are what we call goat cans, and what you do is you pull it over the hook, and then just that ring comes off, and this comes open, and this valve even has its rubber ring around it still. It's rubber band, so that's not too shabby. So the valve tester is already set up. Right. Here we go. This one's pretty tired. Yes, that's pretty tired. So I'll have to redo a little. So I'll have to order a complete set of valves for this radio. So you just hook this over and over. And there you go. All back together again. So what I'll do is I'll set up the alignment for it and I'll be back. So the signal generator is on 70 dB, which is we should be able to pick up something on 60. No, it's gone. So let's try 65. No, it's gone. So 68, 69, 70 dB. Let's see if we can improve that. No, the valve's pretty weak, but we can't do much about that until we get new valves. So I'm not going to try and align it. What I'll do is just do the antenna trimmers. So I know it's aligned properly. See if we can get anything out of it. Let's try going up to 80. Seems to be pretty much peaked anyway, doesn't it? So we'll do the other trimmer. Ah, okay. It's 60 dB. Now this has a good solid coating of wax on it. Let's see how this goes then. Just put the aerial back on again. Turn it down. So I'll turn all the lights off. Let's see if we can get anything better.
And on the outside, Euro Dandy, then 3 and 4 pence to Blue Star Postwick. Back in the field, set to profit, and my word is was last. Mac 2 at 310 and 140. Nice ride, set up on the speed, but just started, sat behind the speed, but just started to creep into the race as the race progressed, and then coming down the hill, got to about 5 or 6 lengths off the lead, and then around the turn, all of a sudden it was right up there in the picture. Mac 2, Dean Holland for Simon Zara. Beautiful ride, has taken it out. A horse that's just going to improve too over longer, you fancy, after being quite effective over longer trips over in Britain. Mac 2 at $3.10 and 140 wins it.
No improvement. Still got that very 50 hertz type buzz on it, or hum. I'm not quite sure what's causing that, but what I'll do is I'm going to button it up, order some valves, and we'll see how it goes. If that doesn't improve anything, then I'll just put a Bluetooth into it, because it does sound very, very nice when it's working properly. In fact, it's one of the best of this era that I've heard, so if not the best of this type. Anyway, thanks for watching. Not much happened in this video, so it's Easter long weekend, so I needed to just do a quick project. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back next week with another radio. If not the best valve radio of this era, era.